Welcome to the Ungrateful Ambassadors.
Ambassadors.
I am Lord Supermiles.
I am Duke Hidetoshi Yosuke.
No fucking Dukes in there.
Fuck that, bitch. I'm a Duke.
Oh my god.
It doesn't matter.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Emmy winner.
The show we loved
so much.
It
was my number 2.
Oh god, it was fantastic.
It was my number 2 of all time. And it just couldn't stick the landing.
You were the chosen one!
Now I know we may be kind of late on this. I know it's
been a while.
It's been a while. We understand.
But this is one of the reasons why.
Yeah. It was one of the reasons why this video has been delayed for so long. You know, the recovery, the alcohol,
still ain't over.
He's still going. Okay. We need it to get through the conversation.
What? I would not speak about this shit sober right now. Son, let's start from the top.
Yeah.
So, if you haven't watched our Game of Thrones video before, we talked about Game of Thrones, how we first started watching it, how we felt about it, and what our fears were. And that came out to be true.
Yes, and so much more.
Oh, it's just
complete and utter, back to back, just fuck you.
Right. So it was only 6 episodes, and
which is already like a what? Just go, keep going.
Well, there's 6 episodes. It's basically 2 halves. It's 3 episodes of The Long Night and 3 episodes of whatever
the fuck you want to call that.
The remainder of the war versus the Lannisters. So, The Long Night, first 2 episodes, which could have been 1.
Really good.
The first 2 episodes are everybody preparing. Daenerys meeting Sansa and the rest of the family, and them starting to realize that if they win, that Winterfell cannot be, or the North can't be independent anymore, because Jon is, for one, already gave her away, and for 2, they would have went to war with her anyway if they would have tried to say no. So now it's like, all right, well, not only is that going on, where you got Jon's family fighting with his new girl, then you got people who haven't seen each other in a long time finally meeting up again, and it's
which was cool.
Yeah, it's fine.
A little bit of fan service.
Yeah, but then after that, now you got, all right, time for the reveal. Like, hey, Jon, you're really a Targaryen. Like, you're actually the true king.
Right. Which, if you can't tell based on my face, should have been a oh shit moment, and instead turned into a okay.
Right. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't want it.
I don't want it. She's our queen.
Right. That's all this.
You know what's funny? That was literally his lines all season.
A whole season.
She's our queen, and I don't want it.
Yeah. As I got my Jon Snow going on right now.
Right.
I don't want it. Assure it. Okay? The Night King is on the way. That's all we need to be fucking worried about.
Right.
We'll get to that other shit later.
And
then he decides to tell his girl the fucking night before, like, oh, just to let you know.
Right. I'm your nephew.
They didn't care about that. That's the point. That was like nothing. They didn't care about that.
She definitely didn't, because she still wanted it.
I mean, she's Targaryen.
Right,
so,
she's like, I mean, we've been doing that for years.
Right.
He's just like, I mean,
fucking years, centuries. But that's their thing. So it's just like, okay, that fucked it up. Well, had some tension start, which didn't matter at the time, because it's like,
this is a whole war about to go
there's
down.
somebody coming,
And she's on, instead of the whole realizing like, oh, you're a Targaryen, you're part of my family. No, instead, her first thoughts, that means you're the rightful heir to the throne.
Right.
Like, didn't he already bend the knee to her? Didn't he already say like you can be queen? And if we're gonna be in a relationship, wouldn't y'all just get together as king and queen?
Right.
I'm confused. Like, why would that be a problem?
Like, have we not noticed Cersei like running shit even as the queen, like not the one in charge? But she said some shit and people did it.
Yeah.
Even in the first or second episode. Like, if she say some shit, then it's like, right. That's her orders. Thing.
It's like similar to, and it's kind of unrelated, but similar to how in Aladdin, when the Sultan kept telling Jasmine like the law says, and I'm like, bitch, aren't you the Sultan? Can't you change the law? Like, it's not really an issue. You're making it an issue out of something that you can change.
Right.
Like, you have the power to change it. It's not a democracy, motherfucker. You're the ruler. You can just say no. Like, for real. It's not a democracy. You can just be like, yeah, no, this is how it is because I said it is.
Right.
Plain and simple.
This ain't a goddamn fucking city council meeting, you know.
But whatever.
Right.
So after that reveal,
right, then
we move into the long night.
Yes.
Whoo, boy.
I swear, yo, I was watching on my phone. I'm like, son, what's wrong with my phone, yo? Why can't I see anything?
The whole episode.
Bad? It can't be. This is HD.
Whole episode. Super fucking dark.
Couldn't see shit.
Couldn't see a goddamn thing.
Why it's so dark in here, baby? What you about to do, pray or something?
Couldn't see nothing.
And you can see it in past reviews of other people on YouTube and stuff. Everybody was talking about turning up the brightness on their TV, your backlight, all kinds of shit. Like, what the fuck is going on? Because I can't see.
Right.
So that was already a big issue as far as the episode.
Yeah. Which, after rewatching, which I mean I've seen it many times, but the battle at Blackwater.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was dark.
Yeah, it was dark.
But you could still see.
You could tell what was going down.
Right, and then when they lit the fucking sea on fire with wildfire, like you got wildfire that made sure you could see everything.
Right.
So why, when they fucking light up this big ass fucking trench around everything,
I still can't see shit.
You still right?
like
what?
Still can't see anything.
Come on, man. That shit was dumb.
So.
And of course, I mean, you know why they did it. They tried to add like a
suspense.
Yeah, like a scary movie aspect to
What's
it.
happening?
With their
because they're zombies, right? So, you know. But I mean, we don't need the darkness to realize the zombies are.
Like Hard Home didn't accomplish.
Right. Like I didn't need darkness to know that this is a serious threat.
Right. These motherfuckers is crazy.
Right? Like, they get up from pretty much everything. If I don't have freaking dragon glass or a damn Valyrian steel sword, right? It didn't even make a difference. These motherfuckers made a whole I don't even know what them shits are called. The spiky thing that they use in front of churches. I don't remember the barricade shit.
Yeah,
I don't know, but they put dragon glass on that, and it was
that did nothing.
It didn't mean anything.
That did nothing. Fucking Melisandre lighting the fucking swords.
The Dothraki swords. Now,
no, ain't no excuse.
The Dothraki
ain't no excuse.
It's supposed to be some of the meanest, coldest motherfuckers.
You can't beat them in
open combat.
No, it's a wrap.
The Dothraki get all of their swords lit on fire, so it's like, yo, if anything, when they run out there, they should be cutting the motherfuckers up so much, it should just be a sea of fire of just bodies on fire. What do we get instead? They run up to darkness and fade.
Like that.
Nothing. No fight, no nothing, just quiet.
Just trash, son.
Then what do you hear after that? And when you can finally kind of start seeing, there's some motherfuckers running back. And it's like,
which it should have been a lot less, but they act like they only lost half after everything.
Oh no! First of all, during the long night episode, it made it seem like all the Dothraki was gone.
Right.
Like that was it. Dothraki was dead, gone.
Yeah.
Nothing was left.
So they got wiped out. Like all the light faded away. They were done.
Later on, and it wasn't explained. We'll get into that in them later episodes. But there was some bullshit that happened. So let's just say that. But yeah, so Dothraki do nothing.
Right.
We have 2 motherfucking dragons. 2!
When they gonna get started?
Like the fuck?
What took them so long?
Wouldn't you just immediately fly down
with the dog
and just boom, lay them like fucking napalm and just wiped them out. Like, I'm not saying you kill all the White Walkers with 2 dragons, but you definitely could have killed at least most of them.
Because your boy didn't get started yet. Like, I understand they were waiting for the Night King because he was riding on Viserion. But like, so I understand them like looking for him, but until he actually like showed up, which he was going to have to, and it ain't hard to fucking find because that blue light or the blue fire is going to be visible. So I don't understand why you weren't helping out until they got started. Like this whole waiting game they were doing. Like send the fucking Dothraki out there first. Like I get it. They need space. Yeah. Like they ride on horses and shit. They need room. Give them that. But then it should have been some sort of fucking pincer move or something like, bring them in and surround them or something.
It just seemed like we had no
strategy
whatsoever.
None.
And we supposed to have some of the smartest motherfuckers here. Well, I mean, they turned Tyrion into a fucking moron this season. I mean, goddamn Tyrion.
Well, for a minute.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. It has slowly been built. Like it was basically ever since he killed his father and joined up with Daenerys, they started dumbing him down.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that was one of the main reasons I loved Tyrion when we started out. He was smart.
Right.
Hella smart.
Right.
Like, they wouldn't have won fucking Blackwater Bay without this motherfucker. Nope. And his father. But of course, if you really think about it, his father put him as hand because he knew he was smart. Like, that was why he trusted him. That's why, there's a reason why he didn't make Jaime the hand. I mean, other than whatever other reason. But it was like, he knew Jaime wasn't the one. Regardless of what Tyrion said, He
knew Cersei couldn't do it on her own.
Right, regardless of what Tywin said, he always knew Tyrion was smart, if anything. He knew, like, he's at least smart.
Right.
So, for them to do that to him on this slow build-up was like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
Yeah, they did it to make fake, like, problems.
But we end up bringing that up because Tyrion's smart idea during this fight against the White Walkers is, all the people that can't fight, let's go hide down in the crypts. Where the dead bodies of the old Starks and shit are. Because that makes sense. A dude who can raise the dead. Yeah, let's go down where the dead bodies are. With no weapons or anything. That's smart.
It's like 2 people with weapons.
Right, just 2. But anyway. So yeah. You got that shit going on.
All this fucking dragon glass they brought. They ain't put everybody with a fucking dagger in their hand.
Right. The White Walkers start moving like fucking World War Z zombies.
Yeah. I mean...
And like a wave. Like, they're standing there. Hold the line. What the fuck? Like, just a wave of motherfuckers running at them. And it's like...
Yeah. I'm not surprised by that.
Not entirely, but I'm just like...
I'm also trying to figure out why they weren't standing behind
the barricade.
Yeah,
the whole point of a fucking barricade.
Yeah, and then their whole trench that they light on fire.
And here's my thing: were there no trebuchets? Did they not have access to trebuchets to shoot like some type of molten shit, just fireballs into the?
You know what? They could have done that.
They could have done that.
I think they did that.
Motherfuckers, did they shoot arrows? I don't even fucking remember. Yeah. Isn't that usually a thing that we start with?
Yeah.
Lock, loose.
Right.
No, there was no fire arrows. I don't know. Just poor planning in this entire war. I don't really understand.
That's what I'm saying. Like, where?
I don't know if it was like the budget ran out and they were just like, hey, we're just not.
Budget ain't run out. What the fucking intelligence ran out.
But
you know what?
Shout out to your boys.
D&D.
Fucking.
They were never that good.
They weren't. As a matter of fact, find out afterwards because I didn't like X-Men Origins Wolverine, but to find out that one of the motherfuckers worked on it made me be like, oh yeah, you didn't know that shit? Yes, dude. One of the motherfuckers behind Deadpool having a sewn up mouth and teleporting and all these mutant abilities is one of the motherfuckers that worked on motherfucking.
He could, but it was a belt. It wasn't.
It was a belt. I know it was a belt, but sewing up his mouth.
Well,
having fucking his swords as like Wolverine claws, but just one big sword.
Yeah.
He can shoot Cyclops laser beams. Yeah, exactly. No, it doesn't make any fucking sense. But just like this fucking season of Game of Thrones did.
No.
But anyway, so yeah, you just...
It's just a bunch of dumb shit.
Then every time you see a main character almost die,
right? They go away.
Just off screen, put them away. We come back and they're fighting still, and you're like, even fucking Sam. That's Sam.
Yeah, Sam.
Yeah, Sam.
Sam was dead.
Sam should have been dead.
That nigga was dead.
So many times.
That nigga was dead.
So many times.
Fucking out
there. And his boy fucking what is that dude's name?
I know who you talking about.
Yeah, Pip or something.
No,
not Pip. Not Pip. I'm sorry. I'm
Pip
thinking of Lord of the Rings.
Before.
No,
it was
Ed.
Ed.
Yes,
Ed.
fucking Ed came to save him. Like, yo, get up, and then gets stabbed
in the process.
Saving Sam, and Sam's just like, huh, and runs like Sam,
real
motherfucker, like fucking Sam, dude. Why? Because he's got a baby on the way. I could give two shits about him or that baby. I'm sorry.
He's the Lord of what's the name?
Why? Hammer? No.
It's
Harrenhal.
No, it's not the Lord of Harrenhal. No.
Something stupid. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Fuck him.
His dad's dead.
Yeah.
But he's Lord by default.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you got people dying for Sam. You got Brienne, Jamie, and fucking Podrick over here fighting against a wall. Like somehow, and then
keeping niggas off of them
to give us a little bit of, hey, it's not so bad. We got Arya over here fucking just ninja in every fucking White Walker that runs up to her because they want to be like, yeah, remember all that training she got? Yeah, we want to show you that she's a badass. But it's just like, okay, look, Arya got training for I don't know what the timeline is supposed to be in here, but for maybe a year or two?
No, she got training longer than that. You forget she trained Syria?
Oh, yeah. Okay, sure. Syria for real back then. So she's had that, but then she got her
real
faceless man fucking training. So it suddenly turns her into a fucking Terminator, even though you got a bunch of main characters who have been training all of their fucking lives, most of them, especially fucking Brienne, and they're kind of struggling. They're surviving because bullshit reasons, but they're kind of struggling. But whatever. So you got Arya doing that. She's Terminator for 2 seconds. Fucking runs into a wall or something. Somebody pushed her against the wall. She hit her head. And then now all of that Terminator training is pretty much gone.
Yeah, then she was done.
And then she's fucking having to sneak around because for some reason somehow White Walkers got inside of the keep and they're in a library. Which I felt this is some Walking Dead shit here. This is some Walking Dead shit. Where are they coming from? How did they get in there?
And why are they chilling?
Right, just in there, just
right, just
and
and now she's being silent and
right, and it's they're White Walkers. They're not walkers.
No, and remember they checked under the table.
Right, yeah, and then she was gone. She was just gone, just fucking ninja. But whatever, I don't know, dude. So
yeah, so it was a bunch of bullshit, bunch of stuff that didn't matter.
Yeah, and then yay, we won somehow.
Well, no.
Oh, right, my bad. I'm sorry.
The Night King on the dragon, and he's fighting against Daenerys.
Fighting. He's using that term very loosely.
Yeah,
so it wasn't really fighting. It was them chasing him.
And then eventually she finally goes back to help, which she should have been doing the first fucking time. And then Jon gets knocked off the fucking dragon. Right. And we think he's dead, but he's not.
Of course he's not.
And then it's now the Night King comes down. He's like, yeah, what's up, bitch?
Basically.
And then Jon's
remember that. Remember that big iconic fucking thing of when he saw after the fight at Hardhome. And after he saw Jon kill one of his fucking lieutenants, and he kind of was about it. So of course, when they're floating away, he looks at Jon, looks at him. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. He was looking that man in his eyes as he goes, to let you know, yeah, none of the shit you did matters, right? Because I can just bring more,
right?
Remember, he did that,
and he's by himself, and he's surrounded, but he gets away.
Yeah, But so yeah, John sees him,
Think
and
about
it's like
all the niggas that was dead on the battlefield, and they all rose up, and somehow John got through that.
Right.
Remember, the dragon left him. He's by himself.
He's by himself,
and he gets.
And he goes to try to run towards the Night King because he sees him like slowly starting to do it. He's like, "Oh fuck, 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 fuck!" And it's like too late. Right. All these fucking dead motherfuckers. So it's like, oh, John's fucked. Is which you should be thinking, and somehow
he's not.
I don't remember exactly how he got out of the situation.
They don't show it. They never show how people get out.
As a matter of fact, I think it was an off-screen thing. I think they faded away from him for a minute, and then all of a sudden he's in the keep fighting the dragon.
He's fighting Viserion.
Yeah, he's fighting Viserion, a turned Viserion.
Yeah, and for some reason he's feeling suicidal, but whatever.
Yeah, and meanwhile the Night King strolling on through. You know, strolling on through Winterfell. By the way,
and the White Walkers finally show up.
Oh yeah, the other fucking lieutenants and shit.
Yeah,
just there. Now you had in the middle of like where the weirwood tree is. There's Bran sitting in his fucking chair. Mm-hmm. He's surrounded by Theon and some of his fucking crew, and they're protecting him. And the only motherfucker left at this point is Theon because everybody else got killed. Why they just left Theon alive, I don't really know.
He was holding his own.
Theon was going on. He was going in. You know, it was probably the coolest Theon has been.
Trained by Sir Roderick.
In a long ass time. Right, yeah, true. It's the coolest Theon has been in a long ass time.
I still fuck him, yo. I don't care what nobody say.
They did. Cause think about it.
I'm saying.
Oh yeah, fuck Theon. But no, my thing is all the training Theon's had, and by the way, he's been holding his own. Because it looked like his boy's been dead for a good minute. And he's been holding his own against a bunch of White Walkers for a good minute, right?
Yeah, the Night King shows up.
Night King shows up.
Don't nobody help him.
Bran looks at him, goes, Theon, you're a good man. So Theon, instead of, I don't know, picking up one of the many arrows you've been shooting at motherfuckers and trying to shoot.
Yeah, the best arrow shooters.
Just picks up a fucking pole
and
runs straight at the Night King. Now realize these other White Walkers are just standing there in like a fucking Soul Train line, just letting Theon run up to him. Not trying to step in the way, nothing. What does he do? The Night King just like, what did he like sidestepped his shit?
Yeah.
Broke it and then stabbed him with it.
Right.
That's the end of Theon.
Yeah. Oh well.
Like,
that's it.
What the fuck? Right. Like, you had him go in on other White Walkers. The Night King shows up. And here's my thing: we never see the Night King's like sword play. You don't even know.
And I was about to get to that.
Like, you don't even know if the Night King is nice. We don't even know if he's nice. The only thing you've seen him do that made you like, oh shit, he might be hella strong, was when he threw a fucking javelin into Viserion's chest from the ground. And you was like, damn, man, he must be strong as hell. Or like, you know, blocking fire. Oh, I forgot about that part. Remember, Daenerys did try to light him on fire.
Yeah, but...
And it didn't do anything. And he just smirks at her. The Night King, who has said nothing throughout the entire series, was smug for a moment.
That's fun. I wish he would have said a fucking word.
I just wish he did. Yes. And this was my thing. Because they kind of, sort of, try to give you a reason as to why he's there. And the reason is unacceptable. Because his reason, at least as far as Bran, is like, he wants me because I'm like, the world's fucking history book, basically. Yeah. And he wants to erase all history, so he wants me.
I'm fine with that.
I mean, I'm not. Fuck that. I'm not fine with it. I'm not fine with it because if you don't say anything, this is all speculation at that point. You don't have any verbal proof that that's what the fuck he wants. We don't know that's what the fuck he wants. This is Bran saying that's what he wants. But you've never heard him say that. Other than him touching Bran's fucking arm.
Get your hands off me!
By the way, we don't really get any understanding as to why he was able to do that or what the fuck. Like, did Bran have a physical body when he went to see him?
That's the thing. It's their connection. Like, the Night King's connection to the Three-Eyed Raven, which has not been truly established yet. We haven't said what the fuck it is. It's just like,
and this is my point.
They had a connection, and it's like him saying like, Like, we've established they have a connection. We don't know why.
We don't know what it is.
But he's coming to kill Bran because he is the three-eyed raven. I get it. It's like, okay, well, if he gets rid of him, I guess there's then no stopping him.
But here's my thing. Is the three-eyed raven, does it work similar to like the fucking Avatar in Last Airbender? Like, if you kill the Avatar when he's in the Avatar state, then technically there can no longer be an Avatar. Like, if you kill a three-eyed raven, does that mean there's no more three-eyed raven?
Who knows? I don't think that's
how it works.
It might be, but who fucking knows? I didn't say it.
I don't know. Right. There's a lot of stuff we don't know.
That's
George.
The problem.
George. There's a lot of stuff we don't know, George. Finish the goddamn books, George. Fuck. Anyway.
They could have did the prequels right then and there.
Oh no, did you hear? They fucking canceled.
No, they canceled the one they were going to do. They were going to do the original Long Night
first. And then the fucking Targaryen shit they canceled.
No. Well, I heard they canceled that one and then said they're doing the Targaryen thing, but it's still who knows.
Whatever. Anyway,
but yeah, so
yeah, after that shit with Theon and all this stuff, and then there's this whole thing with Melisandre talking to fucking Arya.
We got time for this shit.
And then basically telling Arya like, "Oh, it's your destiny to kill the person with blue eyes." So once again, Night King.
What happened to the prince that was promised?
Right, Night King slowly walking up to Bran, like, yeah, bitch, I won. Jon fighting Viserion and yeah, because you're.
Well, he was just yelling at him.
Yeah, just yelling because that's gonna do a lot.
Everybody else on their last leg, seeming like it's like 10 people left. In reality, it's like 100.
And as the Night King gets to Bran and standing over Bran, here comes Arya out of fucking nowhere. And I realize all of his other lieutenants and shit are behind him.
Right there.
No one sees her. So she just runs up, goes to stab him. But he turns around and catches her. And I was like, maybe his connection to the lieutenants is like on some Bane shit. Maybe it's like Renegon and he can just see what they see. I don't fucking know.
I would have rather they did that shit.
Right, but he catches her. And it's like, yeah, bitch, like, you thought that was going to work. So then she pulls a fucking little sneaky move, drops the knife, catches it in her lower hand,
I swear I've seen that move somewhere.
That's been in something.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but...
And it's funny you say that, and we could probably find that movie. As a matter of fact, that should be a clip. Yeah, so she drops the knife, grabs that one, and stabs him. And blam! Night King's dead, so everyone else is dead. Because without the Night King, because apparently the White Walkers are a hive mind, they're all done. Yay! We're all saved thanks to pretty much just Arya because now Arya. Look, man. Look.
Can I
go ahead.
So there's this whole thing about Valyrian steel, which was supposed to make it like the ultimate sword, especially against White Walkers. So then when the war starts, you have like 5 Valyrian steel swords, and everybody who's there, like, they're important people. So it's like we got the White Walkers, especially the lieutenants. Like, I can see the Dragon Glass just working on regular ones, and then when it comes to lieutenants, you need the Valyrian steel.
Yeah.
Why not set those battles up? Why do you have these lieutenants if they don't do shit? Like, when Jon fought the joint at Hardhome, it was like, oh shit, like, this dude is for real.
It was like a main stage fight.
Right.
During all of that.
And it was a good fight.
It was a good fight.
Did we get any good fights then? No, because they're just fucking
there was no
zombies,
fights.
so there's just slash.
There was no fights.
There was no fights.
There was just a lot of mess.
So, not only, there's no fights.
None.
There's none. No sword fights. We've had so many great sword fights throughout this show. And
the first season alone.
And then the Long Night, where you got lieutenants who you need Valyrian steel swords, and there's people with Valyrian steel swords who are great fighters. We don't get that. We don't even get the fucking Night King actually fighting. We don't get him talking. Because we don't get who he actually is. We don't get none of that shit.
Because the issue with you having these lieutenants in here is basically, here's my thing. Establish them as a character. Like, why did he make them lieutenants? What about them when they were people? I mean, because in all honesty, I'm not sure if the lieutenants were like the babies that fucking Craster was giving them to, or if these were like random guys that were great fighters and he turned into what? Like, we don't know.
Yeah, what made him choose?
What made him choose them specifically? Because in that case, he technically could have fucking turned anybody into a lieutenant, and we don't know why. And that's my thing. If you don't establish them as being cold motherfuckers,
then why do we care?
Right? Why even have them?
Who gives a fuck?
Why even like the Night King might as well just walked in there by himself.
For real, he got a whole army of dead motherfuckers. What he?
What you need lieutenants for?
Right.
You got a hierarchy? Is there a hierarchy in the fucking White Walkers? We don't fucking know. We know he did some whole thing where he killed I don't remember what there's one of the Call Starks, I think. Yeah, one of like Call Starks. It was like the little boy was the only one left or some shit, and he like went back home, and then they went to go check on them.
Oh yeah, when he was on the wall.
Yeah, and then like there was a bunch of body parts on the wall, and like a big symbol. Like his symbol, his big sigil. Fucking his little thing, and you're like, well, what does that mean? Like, it's just a sigil. Why does he have a sigil? Why?
Like Pepsi, that's a brand name. I stand behind it. I guarantee it. They know that, even if they don't know me any more than they know the chairman of General Mills.
Because he's the Night King.
What does that mean if we don't know who he is?
What's a king without a sigil?
Right, exactly. But here's my thing. Like, so what is his goal? Then that's what I say. I don't accept the brand thing, because if his whole goal is just, I want to erase all, like, what happens if he manages to succeed? If he kills everyone, now basically the world is just ruled by some undead guy.
That's when his personality comes out.
Right. Yeah, at that point, then he just be sitting there like,
am
I just doing this because I'm bored? Like, you know, like, he has no need. There's no purpose.
You could have started the Land of the Dead.
And, you know, that's my whole thing. Like, at that point, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I didn't like the brand thing.
And then he could have crossed the narrow sea and just took over slaves.
I guess, dude.
Yeah, so I mean,
guess. I don't know. But anyway, so that was the long night.
Yeah.
And then we move forward. And
so so now it's Cersei versus Daenerys versus Sansa.
Right, because for whatever reason, Sansa had beef with Daenerys.
Good.
We get why. I mean, anybody, come on, let's be realistic. Anybody, if you got family, if you got siblings, what's the one thing your sibling will say if you bring some chick home? Or if your sister brings some dude home, you're gonna be like, the fuck are you? Like, you just, that's invading on my family. So in this case, it was like,
nah, Sansa was power hungry.
Sansa was like,
she said, I got the North.
Right, you know, it was a whole thing. And then
no woman ever had the North. I got the North.
And then there was the whole thing with Jon being Aegon. Now, of course, there's only so many people that know he's Aegon. Only so many.
Until he told her.
I mean, yeah, until he told Sansa, and then Sansa started talking.
She fucking told Tyrion.
She told Tyrion, then Tyrion told Varys, of course, and then Varys is like,
Sansa, you say
right, and then Varys was like, wait, who else knows?
Right.
And then he named who else knew. He's like, oh shit, everybody know now. Like, it was just like, damn, bro. Like, you really think, like, I mean, you know,
that's some shit. How you gonna come on, yo?
Surprisingly,
if somebody told you that, like, hey,
why you can't keep that shit secret? Like,
I gotta tell somebody.
Hey, like, and be like, Sansa, be like, look, don't tell anybody, but Jon is actually the rightful heir to the throne. Wait, bitch, what? Like, like, bitch, don't tell nobody. All right, damn.
All right. Yo, Varys.
Right, like, hey, yo, Varys. So guess what sausage is? So
right,
but you can't tell nobody.
Right. Oh no, I won't tell.
I like.
Little bird.
Right, like the president on his little spiders and shit. Yeah,
spiders.
Everybody knows. Everybody knows now. Like, but yeah, so
common knowledge. And then once again, who cares?
Right, because it amounts to nothing.
Yeah, imagine. Hey, we think Jon is the true king. Like, we follow Jon. Well, I follow Daenerys, so we follow Daenerys.
Right. Right, exactly. Like, if Jon already said, like, I give up, and this was my problem with it, because
he's
it was
not
like,
going nowhere.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not, like, I don't want it. She's our queen. I've already bent the knee to her. I'm in love with her. So it's like,
but let's talk about why Jon is so beloved. Okay, because of what he did for the Night's Watch, what he did for the Free Folk, him getting Winterfell back, like all these things is great, right? That ain't shit compared to what Daenerys done.
It's not, but see, here's the difference.
All right, it ain't. I ain't saying it ain't shit.
No.
But it's pretty. It's big, but she's done equal.
And that's the thing about their characters, and it's like they're kind of similar because she thinking in her mind she's the last of the Targaryens, but over where she's at, she's in fucking Essos and shit, and she's doing all this stuff for people on that side. Meanwhile, you got Jon over here doing the shit for
the West Side.
Yeah, basically for the West Side and shit. So, of course, when they meet, it's like, I mean, we both technically
what more can you ask for?
Shit,
right? You got the King of the North and the fucking Queen of down Slaver's Bay, but now it's like Dragon's Bay.
We can get into that whole titles shit with
well,
her.
Not titles, but it's like.
No, I'm saying
their territory.
Mother, all that shit. But my point is, it's like they've equally done. Like Daenerys technically might have a little bit more than him, but as far as accomplishments, they're equal. Like everything they've done has gathered people behind them. Is what I mean. Like Daenerys has her people behind her, just like Jon has people behind him. So that's why, like, when they're celebrating, of course everybody's like on Jon's dick because it's like, we know you. Like, hey, it's my boy Jon Snow. What the fuck?
You know what? It would have made more sense if he actually killed the Night King.
Exactly.
If he would have killed the Night King, then it would have been like,
exactly.
Yo, like he saved the fucking world.
Exactly. But who killed the Night King? Arya did. Which is why
somebody else
why the
who didn't want it.
Right, because
which is like, come
it's
on.
not like Arya doesn't want to. Oh, I'm not a lady. Fucking after her and Gendry's weird ass sex scene. Because I mean, let's be honest, we've seen her since she was a little girl. It's like
it wasn't.
I don't
even just
see that, bro.
It was kind of like,
oh, bro,
it's how it happened because of course, she's the aggressor.
Yeah, but it's just like she's basically like, we might die, so
fuck it.
I want some dick. Like,
yeah, it's like
a little bit. Oh, yeah. Oh no. Right. And Gendry at the same time, you're like, bro, you know how when she was a kid.
Well, he was good too.
It's weird, but
no,
whatever.
He been said that was gonna be his girl. He made that. He put it out there, and the fact that's another thing I got upset about. Because after it was over and he's like, all right, well, I've just been named like Lord of what's name? Like I got it back for the Baratheons.
Yeah.
I've been named, like officially named. So now I'm Lord Baratheon. And I want you to be my girl. Like you can be my lady. And she's like, well, I want to travel the world, so I can't really like be with you. Like that's not me. And I'm sitting there like, why can't you?
Right, like y'all can be together, you can still travel.
Right,
like and that's a recurring theme in this season of like motherfuckers act like you can't still do certain things. Right, you can't still do certain things because of
a title.
I got this position now. Like that doesn't stop you.
Right.
That like, oh, Jon, you're the rightful heir of the throne. Okay.
All right.
But guess what? If we get together, regardless of if I'm the rightful heir or not, you'd still be queen. And if I let you do shit, because here's the thing, if he's king, if he's like, yo, whatever my queen says, that's what goes. What the fuck? Who's gonna step to you? Who's gonna stop you? I'd be like, Drogon.
Right.
Like, she has dragons.
You don't even need Drogon.
You don't. What
you gonna say to Jon, who's clearly like, technically, he might be the best fighter in Westeros.
I mean, by the end of it, yeah, he was. Because, I mean, a lot of them was getting killed off. So,
son, he done bodied a lot of people.
He did.
Said it. Even, what's the name say? He was like, well, I heard about you.
Right. Remember when fucking, what the fuck was that dude's name? Ramsay. Yeah, Ramsay.
Ramsay knew better.
Yeah, like, Jon was like, I mean, we can fight right now. And Ramsay's like, you know what?
I've heard tell about you.
We could.
I heard about your ass, though. I know your ass is cold.
Right.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that to myself. I'm not setting myself up for failure.
So imagine him, this man who's respected, saying, Yeah, whatever she say goes.
Right,
what you going?
Who gonna stop it?
And where would they not counsel each other? Like, where would they not make decisions together? Like, and they both want the same thing, which is why them being together was so perfect in the first place. Like, she owns a third of the world, he owns a third of the world, and they come together. It's just like, what you gonna do?
Right.
And they both are well respected. Son, you don't even have to pay Daenerys' people. They work for free.
Right. The Unsullied just work because they're like, I mean, we follow her.
So do the
she freed us. Yeah, the Dothraki too. Yeah, the Dothraki don't even want shit.
The Dothraki who have lived a certain way their entire existence. They changed the way they live for her. They don't rape no more. They don't steal no more. They don't do none of that shit no more.
All they ask is, can we fuck some people up?
Yeah.
And she's like,
she's supposed to have like a certain number of blood riders. She said, y'all are all my blood riders.
Right. Every single Dothraki.
We with you. Fuck it.
Right.
Let's go. Come on, man.
So what the fuck?
What's the problem here?
Anyway, fuck.
Yeah. So with all that trouble being put out there, now it's like, all right, time to fight Cersei. So let's head back to fucking, let's go to Dragonstone. And on their way to Dragonstone, flying on a dragon, headed straight towards it, in the air, 2 dragons.
2.
Neither one of them see all them fucking ships over there. Like, they were acting like they came from behind Dragonstone, like they was around the corner and shit, sneaking around. I'm like, but they're in the air. They're flying above. I can see if they were on their ships and they're riding on the ships and they came around Dragonstone, like behind the cliffs and all that shit.
Khaleesi is up here
in the air
and doesn't see the ships.
She not paying attention. But guess who is paying attention?
The 2 fucking dragons.
Yes, straight there. You telling me he didn't see that fucking ship over there?
What'd you do that for?
I didn't see it there.
It's a 4-ton truck, Tyrone. It's not as though it's a packet of fucking peanuts, is it?
It was a funny angle.
Come on, man. Get that shit out of here. So then we lose another dragon. She only got one left. Her best one, which, okay, we already knew that.
But before we even get into that, let me talk about the sharpshooter that this bitch-ass dude, Euron Greyjoy. Euron fucking... Here's my issue with Euron fucking Greyjoy as a character. He was brought into this series way too fucking late in the game, and I don't give a fuck. They did not establish him well enough for me to feel like he should be as cold as they're making him out to be. I don't give a fuck. I hear in the books, they establish so you can understand, yeah, Euron ain't to be fucked with. Cool. But when you bring him into the show with no prior anything, the last thing you heard was that he got his ass whooped and fled and then came back, and now you're like, oh, so he just cold. We had the fucking sand vipers that were like, them bitches was cold as fuck. And he took them on by himself. By himself.
There was supposed to be more,
but he 2v1 them.
He did.
And fucked them up.
Yeah, because they was bad, son.
And he was like, and I was like, what the fuck?
I mean, they couldn't beat Jaime or Bronn either. So.
Yeah, but that's different. Bronn's a different case. Okay, I'm not going to. But see, Bronn is my thing. But Bronn was established as a cold motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know, you can't sleep on Bronn.
Yeah.
We don't know shit about Euron. But my thing is, these ballistas or whatever the fuck, these scorpions, were just built. When have you had a chance to practice on an aerial target, moving at however fucking fast the dragon moves, and you snipe it down? 2 precise shots, one in the chest and one in the neck.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did you get the training to do that?
And then, remember after that, when they was fucking them ships up, when they was shooting them bitches like, like machine guns. Like, right? Chopping them motherfuckers down.
How the fuck are y'all loading those that fast?
Yeah, so I'm like, even if you got a team like a fucking pit crew, ain't no way they was
that they shooting this shit.
Or like, that they had that many. Like, it was a lot.
Like, okay, anybody, if you've seen Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End, remember at the very end, when the Flying Dutchman and fucking the Black Pearl corner that dude's ship and they light that shit up from 2 different sides. That's how these fucking scorpions were cutting through Daenerys and them ships. Like, I was like, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
It's crazy.
How the fuck are they shooting those so fast?
So
like,
crazy, man.
And then, so everybody has to abandon ship and shit. Now, first of all, we don't even know how fucking far out in the ocean they are.
They were close enough.
But they, like, had to swim back to shore.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, don't know how far they were into the ocean, but I guess close enough to swim back and be okay.
Yeah.
But, and then we're like, where's Missandei? Somehow,
out of all the people,
some fucking how.
Oh my god.
Missandei got captured. I don't know how. We don't know how. There's no type of explanation into it or why it even is that Euron kidnapped her in the first fucking place. Man. I mean,
how does he know?
Right. He's like, oh, I know she's like
He's seen her before.
Yeah, but how would you know, like, oh, she's one of Khaleesi's, like, right hand? Like, I don't remember.
No, remember they met at the Dragon Pit.
Was Missandei with them?
I think she was.
Let
me not misspeak, but I think she was.
I don't remember if she was or not, but regardless, I'm trying to figure out where the fuck Missandei was to end up getting captured.
Yeah.
Everybody else swam to shore. Where the fuck did she swim to? How the fuck did they capture her? Yeah. In the middle of what? I'm confused. How even Tyrion, when he jumped into the water, got hit in the head by the fucking main staff of the ship. Like, right in the head. Somehow still made it to shore. Mm-hmm. This nigga has a whole concussion right now. And made it to shore. How the fuck did Missandei get captured? Like, I was like...
Yeah, that was the, like, most unnecessary, like, all right, we got her, and then we kill her off.
It was...
So it could add to, you know...
Right, the anger. Like, now, not only is Khaleesi mad, but fucking Grey Worm's mad, too.
Like, they weren't going to do what they were going to do already. Like, Daenerys didn't come here to fucking talk.
She really didn't.
She was not there to fuck around.
It was Tyrion that was the one that kept trying to be like, we should try to say, and she was like, fuck that. She was ready to light King's Landing the fuck up.
Already.
Early on.
Already ready to do it.
It was Tyrion that was talking her out of it. Because he's talking about the people.
As mad as she is at Cersei, and the person who she came here for, Cersei, and who she told everybody else, leave her alone and you'll be fine. Don't fuck with this bitch. Cersei. Who does she? She don't even go after her.
Doesn't even attempt to go after Cersei.
Oh, son. She kills everybody else.
Right.
Except Cersei.
Now, hold up. Now, let's set that whole scene, right? So after Missandei gets killed and shit,
yeah.
You know, it's basically like, fuck this. I'm going, we're going, we're about to fight. Now, we're realizing, a lot of our army's pretty much done. And, what the fuck are we going to do? Not to mention, I'm never going to bring up to that other shit. I'm not going to talk about Jaime and his bullshit. But anyway,
how he got there so fucking fast.
Yeah, and rolled past them because they were definitely leaving before he did. But okay.
No, he got caught.
You're right.
Stuck into
he did get caught.
Yeah.
Right, he got caught. They fucking had him chained up because they were like,
I wonder why.
So you was just gonna go talk to Cersei, and then Khaleesi was basically like, oh, he's a traitor, so she chained his ass up like that. So of course Tyrion, being fucking, hey, my brother, I want you to be saved. He frees his brother once again, betraying his queen, which by the way just got a dude earlier in that episode lit on fire. Varys. So Jaime manages to get by and get into King's Landing. But anyway, other than that shit. So we're at King's Landing. The Golden Company is there at the front of the gate. And we're pretty much like, okay, so we're about to fight, right? Khaleesi. Now remember, Euron shot down one of her dragons who was moving fast as fuck in the air, probably way higher, and hit 2 precise shots. She flies down, doing the same dive bomb shit she was doing at first after her first dragon got shot.
I mean,
and flies so fast they can't hit this motherfucker with a single scorpion, and she blows up every single scorpion with no problem.
It's not even fair. It's like fishing with dynamite.
I mean, yeah, that was bad. But
you're on.
Let's talk about this.
Go ahead.
This is her best dragon. He got hit one time. He said never again.
This is true.
He said never again.
He got shot once. Was like, oh fuck.
He leveled up, son. This nigga been ducking and dodging and weaving and shit.
Yeah.
He ain't never got hit again.
And then you saw one of your boys get taken out. Like, oh hell no.
Like, he done watch.
Could have been me. Could have been me.
He done watch Viserion and Rhaegar get taken out. He said nah.
But
he leveled up. So I
I mean, sure, but my thing is, it's like Euron was such a fucking sharp shooter. He should have at least hit him like once, maybe in like the leg or something.
Euron was never about that. Like,
but I know, and this is what pisses me off. Because
he's supposed to be like we're knowing him as a fighter, not a fucking shooter.
So
like
not fucking marksman.
Yeah. So oh well.
But whatever.
Yeah.
So she blows up every other scorpion. Euron manages to escape before he gets lit the fuck on fire.
Right. Of course.
Whatever. And then so then the gold company, of course, hearing all these fucking explosions, are like, no,
like,
fuck.
Yeah.
And then she blows a fucking hole into the gate and fucking like, first of all, she pretty much killed that whole war or fight or battle, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah, there was no
with
fight.
just Drogon by itself.
There was no fight.
There was no fight.
It was just a
pretty much
through mask.
Yeah, because meanwhile Cersei in the fucking Red Keep just at first, and then she sees her shit getting lit up, and she's like, oh, like, yes, bitch, she's got a dragon. Like, this was the whole point. You thought you were ready for a dragon because your fucking boyfriend over here, or whatever the fuck you want to call Euron at this time, managed to get plot armor to shoot down a dragon with training he's never received. I mean, whatever.
He earned the pussy.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. He earned the right to fuck her, like, like she wasn't banging her cousin, but whatever. So
brother and her cousin.
My brother and her cousin, right? She's banged other niggas before.
You know we can keep it all in the family. Ooh, you got a fat ass.
All right. That's enough. Shit. That's enough.
But, yeah, so.
Yeah. It was a massacre.
Yeah, and so then, of course, after that happened,
fucking mind
because Tyrion said, like, well, once they realize that there's no winning, they're gonna give up.
Which they did.
You hear the bell ring, that means they gave up. So they ring the bell.
They lucky that it was Jamie who did it.
Right.
But nobody else gonna ring that fucking bell.
Yeah.
Just to let you know.
Mainly because Cersei was, like, no, we're not giving up. We can still, like, no.
Like Cersei.
Like, there's no winning this. It's over. But
their fucking soldiers ain't even got started yet. You talking about she got the dragon taking care of every fucking thing.
You literally have nothing else. Even if the soldiers managed to
hook my man Drogon up, so then afterwards, I would have been like, let these motherfuckers go ahead and eat. Yo, this man used so much fire. Like, he burned all of fucking King's Landing, son.
Yeah,
all
because after the bell rings, and instead of Khaleesi just being like, all right, she gets mad. Just all of a sudden just gets mad. And decides...
I'm with her, son. Fuck that.
But then decides
to
for a reason. Light up everything. But the one target you're really here for.
That's the only problem.
That's the issue here. She starts lighting up random streets and shit with just people walking down them to the point where it's about to be some friendly fire shit on this point because she just lighting everything on fire.
Hey, she gave him a choice, yo.
Yeah,
she said, leave her alone.
Every now and then she'd fly by the Red Keep and, like, hit something with it, but
still
not hitting Cersei.
Was right there.
Right, like, Cersei was standing in front of a fucking window.
Oh, she took out, like, all the other towers except the main.
Except for the main one. And Cersei was standing in front of a fucking window when we first started.
Yeah.
Like, you literally could have flew up, lit her ass on fire, and we'd be done. But no, whatever. So, you got her lighting the shit on fire. Cersei running into Jaime. Oh, my bad. Jaime first ran into Euron, who was climbing out of the water, and then they have some bullshit ass dog fight. Now, first of all, remember, if Euron is as cold as they're making him out to be, being a Jaime Lannister who can't fight the way he used to and has a fucking bronze arm, he should have just as easily put him on the floor and been like, all right, see ya. But no, instead we have this fucking grunge fight, and Jaime gets stabbed like twice?
Something like that.
Yeah, he stabbed him like twice.
Yeah.
Which was like, if you don't treat that soon, he's definitely going to die anyway from those stab wounds.
Yeah.
But
no, we want to be more poetic.
Instead, we do some bullshit, and Jaime ends up stabbing Euron.
Yeah.
Doesn't kill him completely, just stabs him to the point that you're like, yeah, he's going to die.
He's done.
But Euron's just like, ha, I'll still be the man known as, who killed Jaime Lannister. Like, that's really a big accomplishment at this point, but whatever.
Right.
And wounded. 2 stab wounds, remember? Because definitely one of those stab wounds was definitely, like, in his fucking lung.
Yeah.
And manages to go from whatever this seaside area is to all the way to the top of the fucking Red Keep to meet Cersei. No, he did.
I thought he met her down there.
No, he met her where that fucking map of all of Westeros was. Yeah, he met her back up there. And then she's on this whole thing. I don't want to die. Hey, Cersei, I keep my composure in every situation. I don't want to die. Please save me. Jaime's stupid ass
took her to the hidden.
Yeah, let me take you to the little fucking dungeon because Tyrion told him, like, y'all can escape from there. But of course they get down there, and because of Khaleesi blowing shit up, it's rubble in front of it. So they can't escape. And Cersei starts crying again. And then all of a sudden rocks start falling. Like they hold each other and rocks start falling, and then that's all we see. They die. Supposedly. You don't see it. You don't see a rock like hit them. You just see rocks falling around them, and
you find out later.
Yeah, you find out later, like, they got crushed by rocks, but whatever. So yeah. Not only that, but because of Khaleesi starting her whole burning spree, all the Unsullied and Dothraki and shit just start fucking killing people. John's like trying to pull motherfuckers off, like, yo, chill. There's one dude in the middle of, because I guess fire and brimstone make him horny, decides he wants to start raping some chick.
Right.
John has to go over there and fucking kill his ass because it's like, what the fuck, bro?
Yes, there's one random
One random dude just trying to bang some chick in the middle of a fire.
Clearly a northern man, because they, like I said, Dothraki don't rape.
Right. And the Unsullied don't have penises.
Right.
So it's like, it's some random dude from the north that's just like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, now's my chance.
Right. Like, dude, do you not see what the fuck is going on?
One, two, during that whole celebration after the long night, you ain't getting none because everybody else was definitely getting
seemed
some.
like he was like, yeah, I ain't had nothing.
Like,
till the victim go to spoil.
Having a mean dry spell right now. Right. Like, the fuck? On, so, that was like,
man, it's a bunch of bullshit.
It was. So, yeah.
Just adding to the whole John should be disgusted or mad, even though this whole time he's still like, she's my queen. And then they get, it's over. And then Arya leaves on a white horse.
Right, a white horse, but in the next episode, the horse is gone and whatever.
Yeah, and then Daenerys is having her fucking...
Her Hitler speech. Her fucking Hitler speech.
Her Hitler
Meanwhile, Tyrion finds out Jaime and Cersei are dead, so then he goes and he's like, I don't want to be your hand anymore.
Right. This is what took me over.
Right. This is I've been through you with a lot of shit with this.
Right. I can't believe you killed my family that opposed you.
Right.
Trying to kill you.
My family, who, the only one I really gave a fuck about was my brother anyway, but whatever.
Oh, he still cared about
He cared about Cersei.
Even though she definitely
didn't give a fuck about him.
No.
But, yeah, so he does that. She's like, well, that's treason, so, you're going to jail.
He should have been dead a long time ago.
He really should have.
He done fucked up.
Right.
And betrayed her, so it's like, okay. Because she knew the only way Varys knew is because he told her.
Yeah, Varys came outright like, look, man, if I ain't down for whatever it is you're doing, I'm gonna let you know.
And he didn't.
I'm betrayed.
No, he promised that he would tell her.
Yeah, he did say that. He said, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna just, and even when, she went to light on fire, like, I did what I thought was best for the realm.
Mm.
And then
he died with honor.
She lit his ass on fire.
Tyrion, on the other hand, died with honor because he was supposed to tell her.
Yeah, he did. But it's fine.
Which is, once again, which is uncharacteristic.
Right.
So
Tyrion gets locked up. And then Jon goes to talk to him, and he's basically like, the one person that can stop all this is you. And I mean, I'm in jail now, so.
Yeah. So, you should
probably do something before she,
You should chill her out.
Yeah, before she completely tries to take over the world or something.
Yeah. Well,
and then sure enough, he goes to talk to her, and she's talking about taking over the world.
She already has the world.
Yeah, well, she has parts of the world.
She
had parts of the world in her mind, motherfucker. I'm not saying, to me, yes, it seemed like she had Essos following her, and now you're in Westeros, and now you're a queen or whatever. So it's like you pretty much run everything, but she's still talking about dominating other areas. And Jon's like, wait, but I mean, what if they don't agree with your way of thinking? Then we'll just show them that they're wrong. And Jon's like, oh no. So then he's like realizing, okay, well, my girlfriend aunt is fucking nuts. So
baby mother.
Yeah. So then he stabs her.
Right in the baby.
Right in the baby. Just fucking stabs her. She's got that what the fuck face.
Yeah.
And
then fucking Drogon busts in.
Right.
And he's like, holy shit, my mama dead.
Right.
And I'm so angry, and I know that you did it.
But I'm gonna light this chair on fire.
Right, it's the chair's fault.
Because somehow, in everyone's thinking, Drogon was thinking like, it's this chair's fault. Right. It corrupts people. Like
it did this.
Like, okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Now, by the way,
stupid.
The whole goal was for Daenerys to sit on the Iron Throne. She doesn't sit on it. She touches it. And that's it.
Like the dream she had. And then the House of the Undying.
Doesn't even fucking sit on the Iron Throne.
What was she waiting for? For real.
So yeah.
Why did she have to have her speech outside? Why? Well, she of
course have been in the
to do it with everybody. But then why didn't she go in there
and just sit down and like
right?
No.
That would have been even better for Jon to walk in and see her sitting at the throne, kind of like when Jaime saw Cersei. Like, just see her sitting there and just see, like, how she's like, now that I'm in the chair,
like the coolest part,
I feel this shit.
The coolest part of that whole episode was, like, when she was having her speech, you see Drogon, like, in the back. He throws his wings out behind her. That was dope. That was some great cinematography because she's the Dragon Queen, and it's like
they got cinematography for your ass.
Yeah,
but
so
that's for, like,
other than Long Night,
writing,
but whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, Daenerys gets killed. Jon gets thrown in jail by the Unsullied and shit because they're mad.
For some reason.
Right, because they're mad because, like, hey, you killed our queen.
No.
Well, I mean.
No, him getting thrown in jail was the fucking mistake.
Right. Well, why didn't they just kill him?
Exactly.
Why didn't they just kill him outright?
Because Grey Worm was about to kill that nigga on the street. So you telling me after he kills Daenerys, that's the only thing he got going for him from now on? Like, he had Daenerys and he had Missandei. That's it.
Yeah. Now they're both dead. And instead of him being like, I'm just going to kill you, Jon Snow, he like...
We're going to put him on trial.
Yeah.
Not to mention the season before where Sam's father and brother like gave themselves up. And what's his name? Tyrion's like, let's give them a chance. Like, let's either take them as prisoner or make them join the Night's Watch. Like, let's give them that option. We don't have to just kill them. And she like, we don't take prisoners. Like, that's their policy. And if it's Daenerys' policy, it's their policy.
But
we don't take prisoners, but Jon is allowed to be prisoner.
Yeah, Jon and Tyrion, because Tyrion's still not dead.
Yeah, what trial are they?
And then they go and have a trial with all of the pretty much the leftovers, as far as the lords and ladies.
Yes.
Of Westeros, and he brings Tyrion with him.
And it goes from what are we going to do with Tyrion to
so who's going to be the next ruler?
Right.
And hey, let's take the advice of the one prisoner.
Yes.
Who decides to name Bran as the king.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Because he's like, who has a better story than Bran the Broken?
Everybody else here.
Like, bitch.
Pick one. Pick anybody else and they have a better fucking
Right.
story.
Literally anybody else on this council.
Like, Bran did nothing.
Except for the one dude that tried to say something, which was
Edmure.
Edmure, which Sansa had to be like, Uncle,
shut the fuck up.
Just sit your ass down. Like,
I was like, son.
Because he tried to stand up like, what? They're like, no, sit the fuck down. Like,
the worst he did was get, what's the name? His uncle killed.
Yeah.
Which is like, well, actually, he didn't even really get him killed. He went out fighting because he was like, if we giving this shit up, then y'all just gonna have to kill him.
Man.
So in reality,
he's like, I'm too old for that shit.
Right, Edmure did nothing wrong, and they kind of treated him like he's a bitch.
Because he is.
What you mean?
Be honest. Edmure's he's a little bitch though.
What else could he have done? Remember, the whole point was of him marrying what's his name was because of what your boy did.
Yeah, I know.
So that was his fault.
Yeah,
he put him.
Rob put him in that position.
Right, Rob put him in that position.
So yeah, and it was a little fucked up.
He was actually happy. Like he like, yo, I got a wife. We about to consummate this motherfucker, and we about to be good. And then he got locked up after that.
Yeah.
At least he consummated it. They gave him that at least.
Right, your baby is alive.
But that nigga was locked up since then, son. Since then he was locked up.
My point is, it's like, I don't necessarily think he would have been king material, though. Either.
I'm not saying that, but the way that they was playing.
I know, like, they bitched him.
Right, I'm like, bruh.
But it was like.
Son, I would gave that shit up, too, after what Jamie said to me. And he said, yo, I will take your baby and fling
fucking
that bitch
catapult that
into
motherfucker into the wall. Like, damn! Like, yo, that was like the darkest Jamie had ever been. I was like, damn, Jamie, like, the fuck,
yeah,
bro?
That
like,
was fucked up.
That was some dark shit. He was like, I will fucking take your son and fling him into the castle walls just to get back to Cersei. Like,
right.
Damn.
So, like, well, hey, drop the drawbridge.
Hey, bro.
We let him do, bro. They was, I mean, like I said, there was nothing he could do anyway. So it's like, fuck it.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to see that happen.
So yeah, so then it's like, all right. Like I said, even that being said, he still got a fucking better story than Bran. Like Bran, for one, who's also three-eyed Raven now, who won't even go by Bran. Like everybody calling him Bran.
Not to mention
Bran. He like, nah, I'm the three-eyed Raven.
Yeah, like I don't really know what I am anymore.
I'm not. No, I'm the three-eyed.
And then he even says, and this is the part that's stupid. Bran said earlier in the season, I don't really want for things anymore, right? When Tyrion decides to name him king, and he asks him, so are you accepting of this? He says, why do you think I'm here?
Shut the fuck up! Do you know what shut the fuck up mean?
I wanted to punch that motherfucker through the screen right there. Like, shut the fuck up.
What?
You fucking bitch.
What?
Yeah, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
What?
Oh my god.
What do you mean? You just said like 10 minutes ago, like a whole fucking 10 that you don't want for. Now all of a sudden you want to be king?
Yeah.
Huh?
So if we were going by anything, technically Jon was king, so him killing Daenerys
made him king by default, technically.
Well, technically he was already king.
I mean, he was, yeah.
So him killing Daenerys technically should have kind of evened that out, but he would have punished himself anyway, so whatever, right?
Yeah.
After him, technically Gendry is king.
Yeah.
Because not only does he have Targaryen blood, he's also the son of Robert Baratheon, he's been actually named the Baratheon, and so he's the king on both sides.
Wait, who has Targaryen blood?
The Baratheons have Targaryen blood.
Oh.
That's why when Robert took over as king, it was okay because he had Targaryen blood. So he's actually a part of that bloodline.
Targaryen or just like
Targaryen?
The first myth?
The Baratheons and Targaryen got together. Like when he took over, I think either one of his sisters or one of their children were with a Baratheon, and so they have dragon blood pretty much. it's there. It's a part of the legacy.
All right.
So
I mean, we're going based off of books.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I know. That's what I'm saying. We're going based off of the books. I mean, if you go based off of the show.
But that's what they said. That's why it's like it was okay for Robert to be king.
Yeah.
So even that being said, like I'm saying, like if Robert was the last true king, and technically what's the name shouldn't have been ever, like the Lannisters, they should have never been. Then it's like, all right, so it should be Gendry, because everybody else is gone. And who else? Fucking Brienne don't really want it. What's the name don't want it? He Lord of the Vale. Like everybody had their own perspective. Like they had their own places.
Fuck once John Aaron is king anyway.
His name's not John. It's
Robin Aaron. You're right. John Aaron was
his dad.
Yeah, his dad.
So so it's like, I mean, anybody else. Shit, make Sansa queen. Even though she had her shit. She was queen of the North. She ain't give a fuck. So it's like, and then even after all of that, she wanted to be an independent nation, which, I mean,
sure.
Who's gonna stop her?
Right.
Who's gonna stop her?
Right. Nobody cares. Nobody else left really gives a fuck.
Yeah.
But then
after that, it's like, all right, so what do we do with Jon?
Right. Oh, we'll just send him to the Night's Watch. Now, the problem with sending him to the Night's Watch is the motherfuckers who wanted him to be sent to the Night's Watch end up leaving.
Right.
The Unsullied and all them left.
They still didn't make that decision. They just did it to be like, hey, this is for you. This is how we're gonna punish him. We're gonna make him join the Night's Watch again. And it's just like, oh, cool. I guess that's punishment for him. But that's
like they know what the fuck the Night's Watch is.
Not only if they know it, that's why. Because if you know what the Night's Watch is for, it's for protecting the realm against things from outside.
However,
but the things
not really
that are
none of those
outside
things exist anymore.
Right.
So what are you even doing?
It's not White Walkers. It's not what's the name? Because now they're free folk. Now they're a part of society. So technically, you just made Jon king beyond the wall.
Pretty much. So he becomes
technically exist anymore.
Yeah, he becomes Mance Raider.
Yeah.
Part 2.
Yeah.
Like.
Good job.
Yeah. And then the end of Game
Song of Ice and Fire.
Fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Empty.
Yeah.
So if you can't tell because this video is long as fuck and probably have to separate this into multiple parts.
Oh my god.
This is why we've been gone for so long. Because
exactly why. It's just a bunch
of
bullshit.
It's so bad.
We were gonna do like an episode each week.
Yes, episode by episode.
But we did episode 1.
Yeah, by like episode 2, we were just like, bro, what the fuck is this? Oh my god, man, It was so bad.
It was terrible.
It was so bad, guys.
I've never seen a show drop off that hard.
Right.
Like even Sopranos when it ended, like
right. Sopranos, people's biggest problem was falling, the ending itself.
It was on slippery
season
slope.
2. Oh, okay.
Like that last season, it was already like so many people had been lost already, and it was time like Tony had gone through like his arc, like so it was to that point where it's just like we know this is the wrap up season. Like it's not like wrap up episode. This is the wrap up season, and after that, it was just like that ending. Of course, was just a cherry on top of bullshit. But this Game of Thrones ending was like, what the fuck? Like this was disrespectful.
Right.
And clearly they did it so they could do Star Wars. They rushed it for no reason. And
yeah, so they could do Star Wars. Something that they're not even doing Star Wars anymore. So now it's like.
So we got bullshit for nothing. And that's why we stopped.
Yeah. Man, so,
we've been disrespected.
It's been a long process to recover from it.
Yeah.
Still not completely recovered from it, but.
No. Because now,
right, like
little stuff to watch.
Yeah, but nothing hit like Game of Thrones when it was at its prime, bro. Like, Game of Thrones every Sunday, it was just like, yo, that new episode coming out Sunday, you was ready. You was ready.
Yeah.
So ready.
Yeah.
And then, what the fuck? So, yeah.
Fuck you, D&D.
Right, you motherfuckers.
Fuck you.
But anyway, guys, this has been our Game of Thrones fucking rant.
glad that we were able to talk to you guys.
Right,
And if you listen to us,
if you listen to this whole thing,
we appreciate.
Hell yeah, let us know in the comments if you agree. I mean, if you don't agree, I mean, just don't leave a comment because then we'll have to make a video cussing you out.
You can leave it. I'm not gonna stop you.
Right.
Go ahead. Please
do it if you want to.
Yeah,
do it if you want to. And I'm not saying that as a joke. Do it if you fucking want to.
No,
I swear
we
to God.
value everybody's opinion. So,
but you're wrong.
Okay. We have the right to tell you.
But yeah, so like I said, comments down below. Let us know what you felt. Hell, go ahead and put some positivity in there. What was your favorite Game of Thrones season? What was your peak? Who was your favorite character and why?
And who should have been king?
And how did they fuck you in the season on said character? Let us know in the comments. Anyway, guys, this has been Ungrateful Ambassadors. I'm Hidetoshi Yosuke.
We're out.
We are gone. Appreciate y'all.